What's up guys, it's Pushpek here and it's story time. This is gonna be a new series where I just tell you a story. But here's the catch, I'm gonna make up the story on the spot with no cuts. That's right, I'm just gonna start yapping and you're gonna listen. And if you like this series, please like, subscribe, comment, do whatever you gotta do. Because if this video doesn't get 50k, I'm not making another story time. Yep. That's the condition I'm putting on myself. Anyways, let's get started. Once upon a time in a world far, far away, there was a little child. Her name was Ananya Pandey. She lived in a small hut in a small town called Delhi. It was a very small village, this Delhi, and it was located in India. And in this village, Ananya Pandey belonged to a very Turkey family, right? Which means they were from the country of Turkey, okay? Doesn't mean anything else. And in this Turkey family, Ananya Pandey was the only daughter. And she used to dream that when she grows up, she can be intelligent. So she studied very hard in school. She tried her best in school. She got amazing grades in math, science, history, English, literature. Sometimes she would even get a C+. And that was just incredible. How was she so smart? She was the smartest girl in the family. And that was just truly incredible. And as she got good grades in elementary school, then high school, then college, she eventually got a degree. She got a bachelor of no, I'm not gonna say that. She got a bachelor of bachelor. And because of this, she went out to explore the world. She moved to America, the world of opportunities, the world of dreams. When she was a kid, she used to watch it on TV, and she used to watch all these Americans talk about how amazing life is. So she moved to America. And there, she went to pursue her master's of bachelor. And there, one day in school, she sat beside a bachelor. His name was Gora Pakora. He was rude, he was annoying, and he had 3 nostrils. And for Ananya Pandey, it was like love at first sight. 3 nostrils? Imagine what you can do with 3 holes. For her, it was just like, wow. But Gora Pakora didn't like her much. Gora Pakora wasn't into brown girls like Ananya Pandey. Which was sad. Because he was missing out. But Ananya Pandey changed his mind. Because as soon as he saw Ananya Pandey, he looked in the mirror and realized he's brown too. Gora Pakora was brown. But he never knew because he was adopted by a family from Thailand. And he thought he was Thai. Oh my. But indeed, he was brown. But Thai people are brown too. But he was like Desi brown. You know, like Indian brown. And this was a shock to him. He was so shocked. He's like, how could this be? So, you know what he did? He went to an Indian restaurant with Ananya Pandey and he tried butter chicken for the first time. And as soon as that butter chicken entered his mouth, steam coming out of his 3rd nostril. But it wasn't just steam. It was very hot steam. It was almost like, when you start a car and it doesn't work, but then all of a sudden it starts or a motorcycle, whatever. But that happened from his nose, so it's just like a little steam. And then flames and sparks start coming out. Gora Pakora had superpowers. He was a flame. He was a flame breather. And he could actually release fire from his nose and shoot it at people. This was incredible. Ananya Pandey was just there like, flame kya hota hai? And then, translation, Ananya Pandey was there like, what is the flame? But anyways, once he realized this, he realized how powerful he was. He could do anything he wanted. So he trained to control this flame. And one day, he set his own house on fire. Oh no, his Thai parents weren't happy. Because they didn't have home insurance. And now Gora Pakora was homeless. But there was one person that could help him out to find a new home. That was Ananya Pandey. She took him in. And she said, you know what? Gora Pakora, I love you so much. I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you become the strongest flame breather of all time. Because they lived in a world of flame breathers. He was the only flame breather. Well, I mean, they lived in the world of breathers. Elemental breathers is what we call them. There were water breathers, there were ice breathers, there were earth breathers, there were air breathers. There were all kinds of breathers. There were lightning breathers. But a flame breather was very rare. History hadn't seen one for so many years. So they were excited, but they didn't want to tell anyone. Because they know the authorities might arrest them. Because the flame breathers went extinct in the past. Because the world's run by water breathers. And they hate flame breathers. So they extinguished the flame from this world. So Ananya Pandey hid Gora Pakora in her basement. Until one day, she came home and she realized her house was on fire. Gora Pakora had messed up again. But this time, the authorities showed up. And they started questioning Gora Pakora. And he got nervous. In fact, he pissed his pants. But the thing is, when you're a flame breather, you don't piss liquid. You piss flame. So now he was just another liar, pants on fire. And the water breathers were like, arrest him right now. And Gora Pakora got scared. He started running. Ananya Pandey was like, kahan chale ho aap? Where are you going, my friend? And Gora Pakora was like, I don't know where I'm going. But he ran. He kept running. He kept running. Until he stumbled and fell and face planted onto the asphalt. The water breathers were right behind him. They caught up. They created this massive wave of water coming out of their nostrils. And then like a tsunami, the wave came straight for Gora Pakora, who's helplessly lying on the ground, thinking, what do I do? What do I do? But then, out of nowhere, Ananya Pandey shows up in front of the water And right in front of Gora Pakora, all he can see is Ananya Pandey standing like this with the wave coming at him. And then all of a sudden, the water turned to steam. How is that possible? All the water breathers were on the ground, knocked out. Gora Pakora in shock. Not because he didn't realize what happened, because he might have been the only person that realized what happened. Because in a split second, Ananya Pandey showed up in front. And she had lightning, electricity, lightning breathing. And she lit up the whole wave. And it evaporated and electrocuted all the water breathers. And you know, Gora Pakora knew really well. Everyone knew. There's only one lightning breather that's ever existed in history. The queen of the turkeys. Was Ananya Pandey the queen of the turkeys? Yes, she was. She had also been living in hiding, looking for a flame breather. Because what she wants is to combine her magic to create lightning flame in honor of her dad. No, not her dad. In honor of her ancestor, Natsu, Ragnil. So she told Gora Pakora, join me. Join the dark side of the forest. Okay, no. She said, join me. And then Gora Pakora was like, are you proposing to me? And she was like, yes. Yes, I am. Gora Pakora started crying. But he doesn't cry liquid. He cries fire. He cried so much fire. He burnt up the entire state of Kentucky, USA. But with himself, he also burnt up the love of his life, Ananya Pandey, the queen of the turkeys. And that's, folks, and that's how he invented, that's how Gora Pakora invented Kentucky Fried Chicken, also known as KFC. I hope you liked my story. Please like, subscribe, do whatever you gotta do to blow this video up, because if the video doesn't get 50k views, I'm not making another one of these. But I hope you enjoyed it. It was kind of fun making it, so I want to make more. But anyways, take care. Remember, don't be Gora Pakora. I can't say that. I'm not swearing anymore. I'm trying not to swear. I'm trying to be good boy and not swear. So, take care. Goodbye. Remember, don't be a ulda pata.